How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? How about you don't drink anything or eat anything in a garbage pit, you fucking nasty rat? Auntie Easy in the building. Auntie Easy in the building. Whoosh! I forgot that nigga intro. What's good, y'all? Welcome back, hey, to some more Danganronpa. Now look, I know I told y'all I'd have the video ready. Let's be honest, I told y'all I had the video ready last week. I said I was gonna be playing Danganronpa every day. Y'all trying to hold me to that? Y'all know me better than that. Don't. What's up? Anyways, I was gone for the weekend. I got back in town on Monday, and today's Monday, right? Obviously, I wasn't trying to rush home and record the video, so I'm recording it Monday night, and it should be up for y'all Tuesday. So, hey, happy Tuesday, everybody. Now, what y'all have to understand is that I had to do this whole class trial over. I'm waiting. Huh? We're really back. I really had to do that all over again. Buh. What's this? What's going on? Make sure everything is recording. Hey, was that? Because y'all remember y'all saw your hero in the last little split second. Oh, yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter Ego. Alter Ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it to hell. I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning. Kyoko a little smirk like, nigga.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you already won? And for the record, I've already seen all of this. So, yeah. I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an inch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it, and so is Makoto. Now, for the record, this last thing I'm gonna say that I'm gonna keep going. My lips are not a different color today, okay? Sometimes the camera just be messing up. Look at my eye. Like, my eye look like I need to go to sleep. My fingers right here, you see my two fingers right here? They're a little bit more orange just because I was eating some Dorito Dynamitas a few seconds ago, so... Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. Yeah! To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's even better special punishment. You knew the poo-hoos was coming. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. I'm not finna read that. Might have read it last time. Not gonna read that right now. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on? Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the masterminds that now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Here we go back to my boy Makoto. Down here in the... Oh yeah, he gave his... Okay. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. A little nice landscape picture. We up here, we out here. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. Y'all see that window on the left right there? Doesn't it look like Hey Arnold bedroom? Hey Arnold has the cleanest bedroom in all of Nickelodeon history. Do not tell me differently. And he was an orphan, like... I'm not trying to say that life was worth it, but I'm like, there are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself, like Hogwarts, right? And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school, filled with the ultimate students, was me, Makoto Naegi. Niggas. What? I really look like an auntie today with this bonnet on. It's all good though. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. Get out of here, fly. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but before we continue, what does zonk mean? What does it mean when you go zonk off? I want you to, this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to say out loud, I'm about to go zonk off. And I want you to tell me what the first thing that comes to your mind is. Go ahead, I'll wait. Yeah, same here. What was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Man, I shouldn't have zonked here. Finally, I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then, I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in... Look at me trying to read fast, about to get the hiccups immediately. Excuse me. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. Oh, alter ego. I remember all too well what had happened. Tell me. Alter ego saved me. Y'all ever had Hanson's cream soda? Look at my dynamita's finger. Alter ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. He's a robot. What strength does he have? You mean his RAM? He used up his last of his RAM? So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. I'm immediately going to go to the right. Look, there's debris. To the left. Is that an airplane? How's something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Then I'm going to go immediately to the right. I see a desk. Nice. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. Okay. So he had a little moment. He had a little traumatic fall. Knocked him out for a minute. Had a flashback to his first nights here. Then he remembered his first morning here. After he woke up from that groggy sleep on the desk. Then he woke up again. It's like Inception. Inception, but not the consensual kind. It's locked. Rattle. And no matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I'm about to go back to sleep. I decided to look around for some food. Oh, well, it's coming later. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? How about you don't drink anything or eat anything in a garbage pit, you fucking nasty rat? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. That's what walls are for. But that's still not enough reason to give up. Because I'm still alive! As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up! Never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was Go to sleep. Yep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That's the best kind. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Go crunch! What the? The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched the piles of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell up from above. What could it have been? How about we go open it up? You know that wasn't here before. Hello? Hello? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. Yeah, probably because it was that loud, just a second. Are you getting dressed in that bag or something? Why did you come down here and need more time? What are you hiding? What you got going in there?
It smells awful.
Kyoko, come to save the day. Get them noodles off your head. Actually, give them to me. I'm down here eating dirt burgers. I don't want a dirt burger no more. Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. Nigga, that is about to be dinner. You haven't eaten in how long? Talking about some garbage. Nigga, I guess that is actually still garbage, huh? Never mind. You right. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
Hey.
First, I have something for you. Hell yeah, she gave me them big buns and that H2O. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Say less. Thank you! I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Whew! That really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. Energy does not work like that. You don't eat and then instantly get energized. You gotta wait at least 20-30 minutes before you start feeling the effects of anything. Medicine, weed. Weed is a little different. I mean, that banya a little different. So, you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. Can we finish the combo? But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. Or, no, to atone. Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. And I understand what the lie was, y'all. Some of y'all wasn't here for the live stream where we talked about it. But I realized that the lie, the contradiction that Kyoko said in the trial was that she couldn't get into her room to place the woodblock key in there. Which obviously isn't true because she has the key that Monokuma, that the headmaster had that unlocked all the doors in the school. Which is why she was able to get the shit in the room before we had got there. So... You knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive no matter the cause. Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. How about the fact that she's breathing, Makoto? Why did you have to survive? I guess he's like, well, why did I have to die? Why didn't you speak up and say anything if you knew you was wrong? That's what he really wanted to say. The reason I have to survive,
in other words,
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope Speak Academy for one very important reason. What is it? So you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak?
Indeed.
That's right. At least I did once. Once? Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? Then, is it really true? You lost your memory.
Makoto.
Do you remember Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself. A disconnect. You mean a disconnect from your mind and your body? Because I just had mine reconnect right now.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I came to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
Indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. I gotta turn this beat up. This shit heat. Okay. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However...
And it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of this school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. See, now we're starting to get into an area of Dangan where I'm like, okay, so now she got her memory stolen and we have to go get them back from the headmaster office? What? That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you say is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big of a deal of it. It's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us. If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However...
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. I'm trash, I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Huh? I forgot he did that. It's just like the dream I had before. But why did that just happen?
Listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing, huh? It is nothing, right? What's that, mind control? You got MK Ultra in your system? MK Ultra in your system? Look it up.
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know? It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
Correct.
I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. Let's get out of here. You said you had a reason for doing all of that investigating on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember. But at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. You mentioned your ability.
I...
My ability. What everyone should have known me for. I'm the ultimate detective. The ultimate detective? What's you, Inspector Gadget's daughter? Inspector Gadget has a daughter, don't he? Polly? Maggie? Maggie and the Ferocious Inspector?
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope Speak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. You had to find someone? Who?
So...
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my father. What?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? Then that explains. When Alter Ego told us he thought the headmaster was involved. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess. The desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. Ooh, I didn't catch that the first time. You mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. Damn, she was in there looting for real. That's all gold loot. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. This kind of heating up again! So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean. It's hard to describe. All I can say is... The moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined. What do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important. And really ominous. Don't be using my words, Makoto, nigga.
However...
Of course, once I got to the... Okay. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then, who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. And in retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was. The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Upspeak Academy at your discretion. So by following the school... well, she'll explain it. I'm not finna kill it already.
In other words,
the mastermind is adamant about following these rules. And with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind is a student. Yeah.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student at Upspeak Academy. Watch out for her. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean... during the night?
I
can hear them, you know? The footsteps of the god of death. Okay. What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway,
Which is exactly why what happened with you. I was in the dorms, and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell, and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room, and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course. And you let him get
However-
away? That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised. And the dojo key wound up in my room. I'm starting to get confused again. It all has to be the work of the mastermind in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. Okay, I get it. She's saying that she didn't plant the wood key. That still doesn't negate the fact that she could have been into her room using Monokuma's key. She always had access to her room, but she didn't plant the keys. But by me telling everybody that she had the key, that would have pointed the blame at her and got her murdered. But she didn't kill her, obviously, and she didn't plant the key, now that I'm learning. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. But that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your own room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about
That's right.
what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're...
indeed.
Make no mistake. They're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. What was that? That kind of scared me. That gave me the chills. That sound in her eyeballs. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. All right, that's chapter 5 for you. We got Hina, Toko, Kuya, Hiro, myself, and Kyoko. 7. Is that a robot dildo, bro? What is that, bro? That's robot dingling right there, bro. Stop. Who wants that? Toko. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come after. Yeah, you're right. So what do? Keep talking to me. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room.
Indeed.
Of course I do. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Man, come on and put that key in that keyhole. Kingdom Hearts 2 come out tomorrow. Kingdom Hearts 2 comes out actually today. What should I do, y'all? Actually, separate video. Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open... Get the f*** out of here, flying around my mouth and shit. We can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then... click. Yes! It opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape for the garbage pit. Okay, look at us working together. Okay, this next little scene that they show, bro. We were finally free. There wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just begun. Okay, cool. Y'all see it. Hiro, Hina, Makoto, Kyoko, Kuya, and Toko. My peoples. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it landed. We climbed into darkness. Get that Spike Chunsoft, bro. Why did you draw this and allow this, bro? She a child. She's a fucking child, Spike. We climbed into the darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off of it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So...
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
Wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Pride.
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things. And to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned. And I can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains. Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Bing, bing. Yo, when I open up my P.O. box, just send me some of these. Send me some of these right here. When I open up my P.O. box, send me some Hanson's cream sodas. These are the snacks that I want to see in my P.O. box. Don't send me snacks in my P.O. box, bro. I'm just joking, but these are the snacks that I like. Cashews. Hanson's cream soda. Pita chips. String cheese. That's it. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all these years, right? You would have so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So,
I want to sever all ties with him. Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future.
however,
But he had no interest in doing detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather and they had a huge argument. And young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. Her expression was that mean, trust me. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really.
so,
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, Makoto on the ladder like this, yelling down at Kyoko like Kyoko isn't like headstrong on what she finna do. Yo, but y'all are still family though. Yo, y'all are still blood though. Y'all are still family though. Kyoko, y'all, you get that? You hear me? Y'all still family though. You don't give a fuck about that, Makoto. You hear what she's saying?
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Hey, but you're still family though. Like, nigga, can you walk up? Go. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey.
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Damn, about time. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. Not with them loud ass Fortnite Sora Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 boots on. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. This dude Makoto's shoes is so big. Like, why are your feet so big? No Pause 2019. Looks like this is it.
Indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... fresh air. Looks like we're back.
Whew.
But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. What next? Stop letting me go like that. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So then...
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
In other words...
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. When I first heard this, I was like, bitch, are you serious, bitch? But wait, that's...
However...
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. It is not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is gonna happen isn't.
Because
the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared. You said something like that before. What does it mean?
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Okay. Alright. Okay. Alright. Nah, let's get there faster. Here we go. Monokuma, are you in this room? Are you finna bring despair and doom? Are you finna talk to me like I'm a shroom on the ground? You stepping on me where the sound I can't hear you.
Well now.
Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Pum!
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? Ooh, a little bit of sass.
Shing!
party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko!
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to. What?
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? So Monokuma is the voice of the mastermind, not the headmaster. Headmaster, mastermind, two different people. Kyoko's father, one of the students, which means whoever is behind this voice has been behind the voice the entire game. Who seems that way? Kyoko? That's just my personal opinion. I lose?
Hey!
You! Explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and the executed, right? Hey! What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because, you hear? Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
And in response to that unexpected development,
indeed,
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Ooh, that's why they tried to kill me in my sleep, because they knew I was a threat.
however,
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Chihiro, bitch ass. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. Shut your stupid, ugly ass, bare ass, fat belly button outie, ugly ass umbilical cord. Your mama don't love you, ugly ass.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
You shouldn't have told him this part, Kyoko. Damn, like, you need evidence. Why are you coming at it with no evidence? At least have one piece. Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Boom, boom!
And now you're trying to talk like you're some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life. Feared another... Excuse me. Feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
That's so corny. And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of another.
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this will be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right. The show, people at their TV for real watching it like, I know it's this last episode, but if you imagine you was watching this show and you seen Kyoko getting off like this, you'd be sitting there like, whoa! I don't even have my dynamitis here with me no more. Did I really finish the bag? Who took my dynamitas?
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course, You can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Kyoko! If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
That's what we have to do.
then I suggest you take my advice. So, what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school's regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair. Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Monokuma, what do you have to say? Interesting.
Parrot!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored. Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it will cause your unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Parrot!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
I can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement when you learn the whole truth. What kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just wanted to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception, then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why do you go quiet all of a sudden? Would ya? Why so mad? He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone! Get out of here! Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. You gotta thank her. I don't know, you gotta kiss her on the whatever she wants at that point. Whatever she wants to kiss on. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let their guard down, like I said. So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down?
so,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said that they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem,
The mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all the rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students at Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you. And yet, That same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill all of us, any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Whoa! Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Oh, my baby
Right.
Junko. So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion.
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. I was over there shitting bricks, peeing myself. I looked like a big shit brick. A big shit sand brick, because you know sand would make it wet. What? Huh? You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin that final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? And this is where I left off the last time. Shout out to my homie Kai, man. I told him in a live stream that I would actually play this out a little bit more past the part that I finished. I can't read no more, bro. I need water. I need a break. Been an hour, right? I think this is a good place to stop. I'm actually going to end the recordings now. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. If you are new, please subscribe for more videos. I love each and every one of you. I'm finishing out this series this week because I know we still have Resident Evil and Kingdom Hearts 3 to play. So let me know in the comments which I want me to play first, actually. That would help me out a lot. Love each and every one of you. Thank y'all so much for being here. And I'll see you in the next video. Auntie Easy out the building. Peace.